energetic. And do you like the smell? I think I like the smell more than the taste somehow. Smell. Okay. And do you know who originally had coffee in the very beginning? Do you know the origin of coffee? The story about that?
I heard that it's about the origin
Ethiopia. Yeah, in an African country. Yeah. Yeah. I cannot say I like African culture so much, but I like the way they have this story. That's why this story house is called Kutsu Kutsu. You know Kutsu Kutsu? Kutsu Kutsu is a millet, 小米. And our Aboriginal people here in Taiwan, we also have Kutsu Kutsu. But we don't call it Kutsu Kutsu. We have different tribal names. So we have that when people are cooking and they have good food, family gets together to enjoy story time. And that's why this house is called, the storytelling time is called Kutsu Kutsu. Then next week, we're going to buy some Kutsu Kutsu and cook something. Alright, now here's my coffee story. People who found coffee as an energetic drink, by that farmers, when they were herding their sheep, some goats accidentally ate coffee. And when it took coffee, it suddenly became very energetic, like running and bumping and jumping. And so people found that, oh, that kind of drink was very, maybe would give you a lot of energy. But then I had a different story. I have different interpretation. Because I love coffee so much, I wanted it to be made for love. So this is my love story. Okay. Once upon a time, in the coastline along Taiwan, there lived a sea people. Because they fish into the sea, they look at the sunset at the sea, they just live with the sea. And in that tribal people, there were two lovers. Lujakas. Lujakas is a girl's name. And Galu is in love. Every day they were holding their hands and look at the sun and say, we will never be parted because we love each other so much. Okay. But one night, Lujakas had a dream. She was sleeping, and in her dream, she dreamed this white, beautiful flower under the moonlight. And there's a voice telling her, if you can get the flower, you will have forever happiness. Lujakas woke up from her dream, and she said, I have to find that flower. It has to be somewhere. So next morning, she told Galu, she said, I want to go to the mountain to find that flower, because in my dream it was so clear. When the moonlight shone in, you see the flower. I won't go there to pick the flower. And Galu said, but no, we cannot go there. We are the sea people. We don't know anything about the mountain. If you go there, you don't know what kind of danger you will have. Probably you will be eaten up by some lion or tiger or bears. No, we cannot go there. And Lujakas said, yes, I want to go there. If you love me, you have to help me. God will say, of course I love you. I'll go. You stay at home because I cannot bring you with me. I don't know what to do if dangers come. So look for that flowers for you. And I'll bring the flower back to you to show you how much I love you. So Lujakas said, great. I'll be here watching the sunset every day, waiting for you to come back. So Galu packed up his luggage. He went up, he followed the trail up to the mountain. And he remembered Lujakas told him, the flower bloomed in the cave. So he looks for cave after cave. Some caves smell like animals because families of animals live inside. And of course there's no flower. Some caves smell like grass because some grass-eating animal live there with their grass. Some caves looked very dangerous because all of a sudden a whole bunch of a monkey jumped out of the cave and crawling all over him. Eutychus was troubled because he couldn't find the right cave. Every night he walked, he was thinking which way to go until he was completely lost in the cave. But he also remembered. Eutychus told him, moonlight, the flowers shone under the moonlight. So Galo said, yes, I'll just follow the moon. The moon will take me to the cave and I'll find the flower. So every night, he started traveling every night. He sleeps during the day, traveling at the night. He followed the moon. But then after midnight, he's always struck by insomnia. He was always struck by this heavy desire of sleepiness. He wanted to go to sleep. So after midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, he fell asleep. Always so. And he was so mad at himself. You know, if I fell asleep, I couldn't find the cave, I couldn't find the flower. I have to stay awake. One night, he was trying to stay awake. He was still so sleepy. Under the tree, he slowly fell into sleep. He didn't know he's gonna sleep forever. Because in the tree, there was a snake. The snake climbing down and bit into him. Galu never woke up again. But strange enough, the moon shone on Galu. Gradually he turned. He turned. It's like a mist of flower, a mist of water surrounded him. And he turned like a cocoon. You know cocoon? He was surrounded by white mist. And he disappeared. From the place he disappeared, there came a flower. White, like the dreams of Eutychus. After months of waiting, Eutychus was worried. What happened to my Galu? What happened to him? I haven't heard from him. He said he will come back. So he asked she asked her parents, I want to go to find Galu. Can you help me? So the parents took her to the mountain people. And the mountain people say, yes, we can go look for him. You can go with us because we're going to go hunting at the night. You should follow us. But when they were up to the mountain, people started to collect some fruits, some bread, nuts, like that picture. They picked at that and they put the nuts into their pockets. When the night came, they started to pop the fruit into their mouths. They were chewing the fruits. And that's how they stay awake all night long. Eutychus say, where did you find the fruit? And the people say, I'll show you. So they took her to where Galu disappeared. And she saw white flowers blooming. And on top of the flower, she saw the fruits. When she leaned down to smell the flower, she felt the hurt growing from inside. And she started to cry. The tears gushing out from her eyes. And guess what? The petals of the flower started to fall. Eutychus said, what's happening? What do you call this flower? And Aboriginal people say, we call this flower the night god. Because with this fruit, we can stay awake all night long. But Eutychus said, no, it shouldn't be night god. So she looked down. By the flower, she saw the necklace that she gave to Galu. She picked up the necklace. A voice told her, this is your Galu. So she was so sad. She knew that her galu had turned into the flower that she had already dreamed of. So if you drink the coffee, you should remember the energy. It's not for you to stay up all night, playing computer. It's originally for love. And that's the story.
Good.
Cheers.